my channel. I'm Lori. Welcome to the Chat Bookworm. I decided I'm going to do a spoilerly reading vlog for Butcher and Blackbird by Byron Weaver. This is a not stalker, oh my gosh. This is they're serial killers. And they meet each other and become friends and start killing with each other. With each other? Start killing? Yeah, with each other. I think they team up and kill with each other, and something other stuff happens. So I don't have my tabs yet because I just decided I was gonna do this, like a what you call it, like a spoilery one. So I don't have my tabs yet, but I love this. Like I'm just looking like right here. They have text messages. I know some people don't like the text message thing, but I love text messaging. I think it's so cute. So I'm excited about that. And look at this cover. And I read the beginning. Let me read this to you guys. Now, if you guys don't like bugs, I'll give you a warning now. Maggots, then don't listen to this one because it's gross. So be warned right now. And there's a whole bunch of other triggers in here. But yes, there is maggots in this book. And it's on the first page. So if that's going to be like a trigger to you, don't read. But I'll give you a basis of what's going to happen before I read the actual thing. Like I said, Sloane is one of the serial killers. And in the beginning of this book, she's trapped with the body that of the person that she killed. And it's very hot where they're stuck at. And that's where the maggots come into play. And if you know anything about heat, and yes, you know where it's going. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to say anything else because in case you're triggered. But that gives you the general setup to the beginning of this. So yes, I almost got sick reading it myself. So, but yeah, so yeah. So I'm going to read this. Yeah. First, I'll read you the prologue, which is nothing. It just says, Butcher and Blackbird, annual August showdown in 7 days. Tiebreaker by rock, paper, scissors. Best of 5. Winner takes the forest phantom. That's how the prologue starts. But now we're going to get to the nasty part, which is with Sloane. This is what it starts with. Okay, last warning before I start. Okay? Last warning. All right, here we go. Bye if you don't want to listen, and come back later. Okay, it says, being a serial killer who kills serial killers is a great hobby until you find yourself locked in a cage. For 3 days with a dead body in the Louisiana summer with no air conditioning. See where this is going? Like I said, if you guys don't want to be grossed out by this part, then I'll talk to you guys later. Okay. I glare at the fly-riddled corpse laying beyond the locked door of my cage. The buttons of Albert Briscoe's shirt stained against the blot of his distended green-gray stomach. His moving stomach. The thin skin undulating over the gases and maggots that chew through the flesh beneath. See where I'm going, you guys? So if you guys, I'm giving you guys another warning because it's going to get even worse than this. So here we go. The stench of the decay, the buzz of insects, the smell of shit and piss that had vacated his body is fucking revolting. And I'm not squeamish, but I have standards. I prefer my corpse fresh. I just want to take my trophies and stage my scene and go, not hang around and watch as they liquefy. As if on cue, there's a quiet tearing sound like wet paper ripping apart. No! You guys see what's going to happen. I can almost hear Albert from beyond the grave. Yes! Oh, no, no, no! It's happening. This is for killing me, you effing bitch. The skin splits open and a white mass of maggots tumble out like orzo pasta. except a significant number of those pastas are crawling towards me at a glacial pace, looking for a quick place to complete the next stage of their maggot tree life cycle. Jesus F.C. I'm not going to say the words. I scooched on my bum across the grim stone floor of my cage, curl myself into a ball. My forehead presses to my knees until my brain aches. I start to hum in hope that I'll drown out the sounds that are suddenly too loud around me. My melody grows louder and louder until my chapped lips start to form the occasional word. No one here can love or understand me. Blackbird, bye-bye, I hum and sing until the words fade away and the melody too. I renounce my wicked ways, I say, after the song disintegrates among the dust motes and the hum of opalescent insect wings. Yeah. I think this is how they meet, maybe? I don't know. Someone's talking. So, but that's what's going on the very beginning. I don't know if this is the guy that what's his name? Rowan. Yeah, Rowan. This person says, "That's a shame. I bet I would like your wicked ways." I'm startled at the sound of a man's deep, smooth voice, the cadence of a faint Irish accent warm in every note. My curves cut the humidity air with my head smashes against an iron crossbar of a humid air where my head smashes against an iron crossbar of my small cell as I scurry out of reach of the man who salters into the thin thread of light from the narrow windows, the glass opum? I don't know how to say that word, with fly shit. "You seem to be in a predicament," he said. A lopsided grin sneaks across his face, the rest of his features soft, something like that, in shadows. He takes a few steps into the room to stare down at the corpse, bend in to get a closer look. "What's your name?" "I'm on 3 days of no coffee, no food. My stomach has probably imploded and sucked out organs into the void." A loud chorus of desperately hunger internal monologue is trying to convince me that these are in fact like orzo, how you say it, pastas marching towards me, and they might just be edible. I can't deal with this shit. "I don't think he's going to answer you," I say. The man chuckles. "No shit, I already know who he is anyways. Albert Briscoe, the beast of the bayou." The man's gaze lingered on the corpse for a moment before he shifts his attention to me. "But who are you?" I didn't answer, remaining still as the man takes careful, measured steps around the corner of the cage to get a better look at me while I'm huddled in the shadow. Where he's as close as the bars will allow, he crouches down. I try to hide beneath my tangled hair and folded limbs, giving him only my eyes. And because my luck is the worst, he, of course, is stunning. Short, brown hair, artfully disheveled, strong features, but not severe. A sly smile with perfect teeth and a straight scar that cuts through his top lips that are far too inviting given my current state of captivity. The bottom one a little fuller than the top. I shouldn't be thinking about how I would like to bite it. Not at all. But I am. And for my part, I'm effing disgusting. Knotted hairs, stained, bloodied clothes, the worst breath ever to be breathed in the history of breathing. "You're not Albert's usual type," he says. "What do you know about his usual types?" "That you're too old to be it." He's right. Not that I'm old. I'm mere 23. But this guy knows it as much as I do. But this guy knows as much as I do that I'm far too old for Albert's taste. And how would you know that exactly? I'm going to read this whole part, so it's probably going to be long. I'm going to read this whole chapter to you guys. The man's gaze slid into the corpse slides to the corpse at a faint look of disgust passes over his shadow features. "Because I've made it my business to know." He looked at me once more and smiles. I'm guessing you made it your business too, judging by the quality of the hunting knife stuck in his throat. Handmade Damicus, something like that. Still, where'd you get it? I sigh. My gaze lingers on the body and my favorite blade before I press my cheeks to my drawn up knees. Etsy. The guy chuckles and I pick up a little pebble in my enclosure just to drop it on the floor. I'm Rowan, he says as he extends a hand in the cage. I look at it and toss another pebble and though I made no move to accept his gesture, he still keeps his hand lifted towards me. You might know me as the Boston Butcher. I shake my head. The Masquerade of Mass? I shake my head again. The Ghost of the East Coast? I sigh. I've totally heard all those names, even though I'm not telling him that. But I'm on the inside. My heart hammers, my blood through my veins. I'm just glad he can't see it ignite my cheeks with crimson flame. I know exactly the names he called by, and he's not all that different from me, a hunter who favors the worst that society could dredge up for the pits of hell. Rowan finally removes his hand from my cage. He smiles, taking on a dejected quality. Shame, I thought you might recognize my little nicknames. He slaps his hand to his knees and rises. Well, I'll best be going. Pleasure to almost meet you, nameless captive. Best of luck. With a final fleeing smile, Rowan turns and strides towards the door. Wait, please. Sloan, my name's Sloan, the Orb Weaver. There's a moment of stillness between us. The only sound to fill the space is the buzz of flies and the steady work of maggots as they consume decaying flesh. Rowan turned his head, casting a single eye over his shoulder, and in a heartbeat he's there, right in front of me. His motion so fast it startled me back from the bars, but not before he grabbed my hand to shake it viciously. Oh my God, I knew it. I knew they had it wrong. It had to be a woman. The Orb Weaver? Such a cool name. The intrigued fishing line, the effing eyeballs. Amazing. I'm such a huge fan. Rowan continues to take my hand, despite my effort to pull it away. Thanks, I guess. Did you come up with that name, the Orb Weaver? Yeah. I snatch my hand free so I can step away from this strangely enthusiastic Irish man. He grins at me as though awestruck, and if I wasn't wearing 60 layers of grime on my skin, I'm sure he'd be able to see the blush flame in my cheeks for the second time. You don't think it's dumb? No, it's so great. The massacre of mass is dumb. The Orb Weaver is pretty kick-ass. I shrug. I kind of think it sounds like a lame superhero. Better than the authorities making something up for you. Trust me. Rowan's gaze shifts to the corpse and back again, his head tilted as he regards me. He jerks a nod once in Albert's direction. He must have been really acting the maggots. Get it? God, that is so stupid. There's a long pause. The silence between us punctured by the hum of insect wings. No, I don't. Rowan weaves a hand. Irish saying, meaning he was up to mischief, but it was a pretty clever joke. Given the circumstances, he says, his chest puffed with pride as he hooks a thumb towards the corpse. Begs the question, though. How'd you wind up in a cage while he's dead with your blade out there? Did you knife him through the bars? I glanced down at my formerly white shirt and dirty boot print that hides beneath the splash of blood. I guess you could say it was a moment of bad timing. Roman sighed with a sage nod. I might have had one of two of those myself in the past. You mean you've been locked in a cage with a dead body and a little infinity of orzo pasta marching your way? Rowan looked down across the space around us and frowns. No, can't say that I have. Didn't think so, I muttered with a weary sigh. I dust off my hands on my grimy denim shorts and take a final step back as I cock a hip. I'm starting to become annoyed at the interloper, who seems to be doing nothing more than delaying my slow death by starvation. I'm pretty sure he's a bit nuts, and I don't get the impression he's that keen on actually letting me out of here. Might as well just get on with it. Well, they're making decent progress, the little orzos, Rowan said, more to himself than to me as he his gaze remains trapped on the trail of tiny white worms headed my way. When his eyes lift from the floor, they meet mine with an eager smile. Want to get lunch? I level the stranger with a flat glare as I motion to my bloody boot print shirt. Unless you want to send us both to jail immediately, no. Right, he said with a frown before striding towards Albert's corpse. He rifles through the pockets, coming up empty. When he looks up to the bloated neck, he lets out a little sound of triumph, pulling my blade free before he yanks on a silver chain. The link snapping with the swift assault of his strong grip. He turns his smile towards me as he rises. His fingers uncurl around the key that rests in his palms. Have a shower, I'll find you some clothes, then we'll burn the house down. Rowan unlocks the door and extends a hand into the shadow of my cage. Come on, Blackbird. I'm in the mood for barbecue. What do you say? That's a fun meet cute. Kind of gross, but fun. Chapter 2 is Fun and Games. Rowan. The Orb Weaver? I'm sitting across the table from the effing Orb Weaver, and she's effing beautiful. Raven hair, warm hazel eyes, a spread of freckles over her chest, and a little nose that turned a bit red. She clears her throat and takes a long sip of her beer and then frowns, her eyes trained on her glass as she pushes away. You're sick, I say. Sloane's eyes meet mine with a weary glance before her attention shifts to the diner. Her sharp gaze lands on one table of Patreons for only a moment before it floats to the next. Sloane is a nervous one, probably justified all things considered. 3 days in that hole was bound to take a toll. Thank F I had water in there. She reaches for the napkin dispenser and pulls a tissue free to blow her nose. Her gaze finds mine again, but doesn't stay on me for long. Thanks for it, lending me out. Okay, I'm going to quit reading now because this is already over almost 18 minutes, and this is going to be a reading vlog. So this is probably going to be a long reading vlog because I'm going to be doing a lot of stuff like this. I think once in a while I'm just going to pick up the book where I'm at and read to you a little bit where I left off at. So we'll do that every once in a while just to give you guys some like little tidbits. But now I got to go back for the WTFM when I figure out what color that's going to be for the tab. Or I could do that for that thing, because that's a WTFM moment right there. the maggot part. But anyways, I'm going to let you guys go, but that gives you an idea of what this book is about. Bye. Happy Wednesday, everybody. I read a little bit in this. I got to page 65, chapter 8 or 6? 7. And I'm already loving this so much, you guys. We got to the, there's a competition that these two are doing. Because he's like, I don't want her to leave, so let's do that. Let me think of a way to, to keep her in my life somehow. So he thought of a game where they will go, where they'll have to, have someone, find them someone to kill and give them, clues. I don't know if they really get clues, but they have somebody, get them to, to kill. They know that they find out, the person tells them the location, I think, but they don't tell them who the person is, so they have to figure out, and whoever figures it out is the one that gets to kill that person. And that's what's going on in this book. I already chabbed so much. I already wrote some notes. We met Rowan's two brothers. There's Lanchlin, how do you say his name? And Fiona? I don't know how you say the other brother's name. It's like Fionna or Fa. I don't know. I'll tell you guys. I wrote it down in here somewhere. I put down after we met them who each was. Let me find it. Okay. So we got Lanchlan, how do you say it? Lachlan. He's the oldest brother. And then, of course, Rowan, which is the middle brother. And then we have the youngest brother, which is Fionn? I'm not sure. It's Fionn. So we met all of his brothers. Those are the next two stories. Lanchlan, how do you say his name? Is going to be the next book. He's the oldest brother. Yeah, and his story is going to be with Sloane's best friend. I forget her name. But Sloane has, yeah, what is her name? Because we met her too. Well, she talked to her. Because she's talking to her when Sloane's talking to her when Sloane is killing somebody. Or getting ready to kill somebody. So, but I forgot her name. So anyways, yeah. I'm really liking it. I already have a quote. I didn't tab this quote, but I like it. He goes, for some reason you picked him. I assumed he was a piece of shit. How do you know that's why I picked him? Sloane asked. Talk about the guy that, at the beginning of the book that was lick. I don't want to say the word again, but yeah. Why wouldn't it be? I replied as I leaned my forearms against the aluminum trim on the formica. How do you say that? Table. Sloane raises her chin, her expression indulgent. Maybe he had nice eyeballs. A laugh bubbles from my chest as I pick up another rib. I let the silence linger, taking a bite before I reply. That's not why you pry their eyeballs out of their skull. Sloane's head cocks to the side, her eyes shining as she assesses me. No, definitely not. Then why would I do it? This is the quote. After he says, I shrug, not ready to meet her gaze despite the way it beckons me. The eyes are the windows to the soul, I suppose. Sloane scoffs, and I look up to catch the shake of her head. More like foster a raven, and it will peck out your eyes. Oh, these two are just hilarious together. But yeah, now where I left off, she figured out who they're supposed to kill, and they're both running to try to, get the person. Yeah. But yeah, I'm really, really loving it. So, how are you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing well. I'm going to try to get, at least halfway through this before I update you guys again, or this is going to be a long-ass vlog, which is fine. I don't mind it being long. I just don't know if you guys would like it to be long. But yeah, I'm really excited to continue on today. But I have a lot of other books I want to read for other videos that I'm doing, like just my regular reading vlog, and then I'm doing another spoily one with Rebecca from Daphne Moore. How do you say her last name? And I haven't even started that book yet, but I want to start it so I can get that going. I want to start the next book here. I want to start this book and get some idea how I feel about it. This is the first pick for Becca's book Napoli. That's the one I wrote first, but I wanted to read this one, which is the second one. So, I got this in the second row, so, yeah. So I want to at least get the tabs ready for this one today. I'm also wanting to pick back up Psycho, because I was rereading it, but I haven't picked it up since the first day I picked it up. I started it. So I want to read it because I want to read some more with Lucas and August. I just love his eyes. They're green. Oh my god, they're beautiful. Oh, I just love his eyes color. But yeah. But anyways, I'm going to let you guys go. I just want to give you guys an update on Butcher and Blackbird. And yeah, if there's something that I really want to talk about, I'll be back before I get to page 150 probably, 160, something like that. Because like I said, there's only 337 pages, so if I can get at least to 150 today and then finish it up tomorrow, yeah, I'll be really happy. Or 160. Yeah. and I will keep you updated. If I don't update you anymore today, that means I didn't get to where I wanted to be before I update you again. So yeah, I'll touch you guys all later. Bye. Happy Friday. Excuse me, everybody. I'm getting sick, so it's hard to talk. Happy Friday. Sorry I haven't updated you. I'm on page 173, chapter 14. Oh my gosh. We got to the accidental cannibalism one, or accidental, what was it? What was the what was she said? Accidental cannibalism and not so accidental cannibalism. We got to the accidental cannibalism. And also there's a scene, I'm not going to tell you what's in the ice cream, but there's a scene that has to do with cookies and cream ice cream. I saw one thing that was in the ingredients for the ice cream, and I was like, ugh, I couldn't read anymore of that description. It was gross. Sorry about the loudness. Hannah's over there talking about something. She's watching something. And anyways, you guys already know this is going to be spoilers, so I'm not going to, like, keep saying spoilers. But if you don't want to know, I thought it was funny, even though it's gross. But so he decides, like, she's like targeting her next guy. She has it all planned and getting ready to get herself, like, invited to his place. And Rowan, of course, just slides on in, gets himself invited too. He's so stupid though, because he's like serving drinks, serving food. Like, he sees her not like not drinking anything, not eating anything. What does he do? He's just drinking and eating stuff. So yeah, he winds up eating something that has humans in it. Yeah, the guy kills people, and yeah. And then he has a servant. Poor guy. I felt so bad for the servant. Like, yeah. Because he was, what is it called? Lopala? I forget how you say that word. But it tells you, as one of the triggers, it tells you. I forget how you say that word. But right here it says, Lobotomized. I know what that is, I just can't pronounce it. Manservant. So anyways, yeah. That's where that comes into play, because the bad guy, that's what he did to his servant. And his servant is the one that's eating, he doesn't know better, so he's eating the ice cream that has the stuff in it. That is gross, so. But it's so sweet, because Sloane is so worried about him that she talks Rowan into giving the guy a job. Not cooking. but as a dishwasher at his, because he's Rowan's a what do you call it, a chef, and he's opened up all these different restaurants. Yeah. So yeah. So he gives him a job for that.
Also, why are you using?
And now we're getting to some really dark parts in here. Like, they're gonna go after a serial killer that's really, really like yeah, type of serial killer. So yeah. Like, they already gone after a couple, and it wasn't, like, that hard, but this one is getting darker. But I just love these two. They have such chemistry. It's just, But yeah, I wanted to just give you guys an update. Excuse me. But yeah, so, I don't know when I'll update you guys again. But I probably will soon, but I think I'm going to do like a little thing here where I'll read a chapter. I'm not going to read it to you guys, but I'm going to read it. So I'll do like a what do you call it? You know, when you do the when I read a little bit and then I put music to it. Well, that's what I'm gonna do for this chapter. Oh, also before I forget, we're finding out more about her friend. I'm blanking on her friend's name, but she's the one that's gonna be in the next book. She's gonna be with the other guy, Lark. Yeah, we're finding out more about Lark, and it sounds like, if I'm understanding this right, that she became a serial killer because of something that happens to Lark. That happened to Lark in the past. Lark told her about something, and she said that she would never let any of her loved ones, anything like that, ever happen to a loved one. And I think that's what gets her, like, wanting to become a serial killer, if I'm understanding it correctly. So, yeah. I don't know too much about Rowan's deal yet. Like, what turned him into becoming a vigilante. I guess that's what you would... They're both serial killers, but they're vigilante serial killers, I would think you would say. So, yeah. I don't know too much about his yet. So, I'm very curious. I think it might have something to do with his dad and mom. But I don't know what exactly. It does say... What does it say for another trigger warning? Let me see.
Wait, what?
Reference to paternal neglect and child abuse. And then reference to child sexual assault, not in detail. I'm wondering if the reference to child sexual assault has something to do with Lark. I'm not sure. I just know Lark told Salone something. And yeah. So, yeah. But I'm going to let you guys go, and I'm going to do a reading monologue. Yeah. So, okay. Evening. I'm starting to get a sore throat. I told you guys I was getting sick. So now my throat's going in and out on me. It's really soft, and then it gets loud again, then it gets soft again. But anyways, as you guys saw, I read some more in this, and then I read more after what I read. It was this book is hilarious, but it shouldn't be. It should be gross and stupid, and maybe if, depending on your humor, you might not like it. But I thought it was hilarious. This was definitely touch her and I'll kill you, but then at the same time it was like try to hurt me and I'll I'll make you have a heart attack. That's what happened in that part that I was reading. This is really morbid, you guys, but I was cracking up. I should not have laughed. But anyways, he captured her and he like put a like a, what you call it, like when he got her, he like put his boot, you know, so like on her forehead or face, so she has like an imprint. But anyways, that's beside the point. And then yeah, Roman is not Roman, Rowan. Why did I say Roman? He starts let me find it. He starts like beating the hell out of this guy. And then what is it? Okay, this is what happened. This is the part that really was like, oh my god, what the hell? He goes, "Be right back, Blackbird." She said, "What are you doing?" she hissed. Rowan rested the handle of the axe against his shoulder and huffed before giving me a wink. Getting revenge for hurting my girl, of course. The hard edge of my heart melted a little with those words, and Rowan grins as though he can see it. Without another word, he turns away, stalking closer to the door, to crouch behind a set of metal toolbox as I back up back up until I'm sheltered by the engine of the tractor. A second later, Autumn comes tearing into the barn, talking about her, and then the guy, which is Harvey, starts chasing after her, and it says Roman surged forward. Oh no! First he goes. She says, because it's in her perspective. This part. Harvey Mead rushed into the room after her, and everything that happened next is a slow motion, a beautiful choreographic of revenge. Rowan surges forward. He swings the axe upward in an arc that sweeps so low to the ground that it stirs the dust. The blade connects. Excuse me. Let's see. The blade connects with the chainsaw in a brutal strike. The chain breaks from the guide bar. It whips into Harvey's face, and he lets out a furious roar. The machine sputters as he drops it and stumbles to a disordered halt. He raises a hand to his bloody face in reflex, not yet aware that Rowan is already rounded on him for another strike. The axe splits his kneecaps with a wet crack. Harvey cries out in pain and falls to his other knee as Rowan tugs the blade from the bone. Let's see how much you enjoy it when you're on the receiving end. Rowan grits out, and before Harvey can fall to his knees, Rowan kicks him in the face. His heel a loud thud when it connects just between Harvey's thick brows. So he did that because that's what he did to the guy. Harvey did to Sloane. But listen to this. She goes, at first she says, this is going to be so effing satisfying. And then she's like, wait, don't kill him. You promised me a turn. And then he's like, and then it says a dark grin sneaks across my face. A dark grin sneaks across my face as I approach Rowan, surveying my expression with a flicker between brows. An unvoiced question passed between us that I answer with a wider smile. But feel free to keep him occupied, I say, and then I head towards the house. Anyways, he killed his mother and her skull or something. I think it's her skull. Let me see. Let me find it. Okay, her corpse. She puts his mom's corpse on him. He's the one that killed his mom, but still. And then she goes, you've been a terrible bad boy, Harvey. Good boys don't chop up people with chainsaws. This is her saying it, of course. This is another deep scream. He absolutely loses his shit and can't do anything about it. Like, this should be, like, gross and everything, and it is, but it's also funny. Like, I'm just cracking up. Mama Mead and Harvey finally come face to face. I think you deserve to be punished. Rowan says, it's very dark, even though he doesn't sound like he's complaining. Shush you. Mama Mead's got some things to say. I jostle the corpse head as Harvey screams and squirms. The dentures fall out of her mouth to land on his face, and he enters another dimension of fear. Oops, my bad. Then she goes in the voice again. Hold on, son. I just want to crawl inside and have a look around. He gets so... No, it ain't funny, but at the same time, it is. He gets so scared that he has a heart attack and dies. And she goes, that is so uncool, Harvey. And Rowan goes, you literally scared him to death. You should be proud. And she goes, I had so much more in me. I gave Mama Mead a purulent shove, and she rolls off Harvey's unmoved chest. Do you think we should give him CPR? If you want to, but I call dibs on not doing mouth to mouth. Damn it. It's so funny. And then they go to his brother's house, and there's this girl there, and it's funny. That part's funny. And then I just got to the part where they're gonna have sex for the first time. So I'm on chapter 17. he goes, she talked about how she wants him, no one else but just him. And then she goes, there's no amusement or relief in his eyes, only predator intensity. He looks at me with me the way a tiger would a lamb, a meal to be devoured. He then says, remember when you just said you think you can't possibly come again? Because you will. We've got 4 effing years to make up for. I can't say this word because Robin's in here. And then he goes, pick a safe word, do it now. And she says, I swallow hard, chainsaw. He huffs a laugh, bursts of warmth against my core. How fitting, love. Now be a good girl and find something to grab onto, he said, then passes one long, slow lick over my center, because I'm about to destroy you. And where I'm at now, he's like, I told her I'm no angel. I don't think she believed me, but she's about to discover that I'm the devil she never knew she needed. That's where I'm at. Okay. I will update you guys when I'm finished with the book, because this is going to be a long reading vlog, but it's so good. I know some people are probably like, oh my god, like I wouldn't read that because of the darkness and the humor, the dark humor of it, but come on, sometimes you just got to read something that's crazy and you normally wouldn't like, but for some reason it works. I think it's just these characters, I love them so much, and the author has a way of writing that makes you crack up, so yeah. But I'm not going to update you guys again until I'm done, because it ends on page 322 pages, and then there's, wait, no, 300 and 232 pages, and then there's an epilogue. And there's 337 pages, so. But you have to read this one first, because I saw a little bit of a spoiler at the end on accident, so you definitely need to read this one, because even though the next book I think is going to be one of the brothers, there's something that happens in this book that goes over to that other book, so. Yeah, so. Yeah, but I'm going to let you guys go, and I'll talk to you guys when I finish the book. You can see by that last clip I finished Butcher and Blackbird. I loved it. It ends in a cliffhanger, kind of, even though the next book is one of his brothers, but it has something to do with someone that he killed, that Rowan killed, and they want revenge on Rowan, so they want to kill his brother. So, I guess that's what the next book is going to be about. I'm not really sure. I know it's going to be Lark, which is Sloane's best friend, and Larkman, how do you say his name, which is Rowan's bigger brother. But, oh my gosh. There's this one part that was gross towards the end. Like, ugh. I'm not going to say, because I don't want to spoil everything in case anybody decides after watching this vlog that they want to still read it. I don't want to spoil everything, but I just wanted to let you guys know about that, for you guys will know that yeah, the next one's gonna, yeah, I think the next one's gonna be this person going after the brother. I'm just not sure which brother. So it could be Lanchlin since his is the next book. But also there's Fionn? I'm not sure how you say his name. But yeah, there's also him. Because it says right here, it says, let me find it. The person's called the Phantom. It says, Rowan Kane took my brother and I vowed to take his. But it doesn't say which brother. But the next book is Leather and Lark, which is, like I said, is Lark, her best friend, and Lanchlin, how do you say his name, which is Kane's brother. I mean, not Kane's brother, oh my gosh, is Rowan's brother, oldest brother. Rowan's the middle. I think I already told you once in the book, but I really loved it. 6 stars, of course. Like, oh my gosh, look at this. Look at the tabs, you guys. I've been picking some winners lately. But yeah, it was really good. Like, oh my gosh. A lot of gross scenes with cannibalism, though. Ooh, one of the parts towards the end, that's all I'm going to say. It has to do with cannibalism again. So, yeah. But, oh my gosh. So good, you guys. Like, I just love Rowan so much. Like, he goes to her. Like, they have some really finely spicy scenes, and the spicy scenes, oh my gosh. And there's this part at the restaurant. He names the restaurant BlackBird, Butcher and BlackBird. I think that's what he calls it. But here's something that I love. He goes, it was after the one guy captured her, and he, like, her in the face with the shoe, and she goes, I have an eggplant face. And then she says some other stuff, and he goes, this is not having the intended effect. Let me try. No. He says, Rowan shifts his hair back from my shoulder and lays a gentle kiss on my cheek. I don't have to see his reflection to feel his smile as his lips linger on my skin. This is not having the intended effect. Let me try again, he says, amusement warm in his voice. His other arm wrapped around me to unclip the first 2 buckles from my sling. My wince of pain is met with another kiss. The color doesn't remind me of eggplants for what it's worth. It reminds me of blackberries. The best berries, if you ask me. It reminds me of irises. They have the best scent of any flower. It reminds me of the night just before dawn, the best time of day. He says, she goes, but, and he goes to her, you are the best things to me, Stallone. No matter how many bruises are in your heart or on your skin. But anyways, let me see. I'm going to read some of the other stuff, and then I'll tell you. I got distracted. So this is another part I like. He goes, they're talking about something. I don't remember what they're talking about, but she goes, you effing tell me so that you know when I'd ruin you for all other men's. It's what you asked for. Tell me. You. I met you. I don't want anyone else. Just you. I only want you. Says there's no amusement or relief in his eyes, only predator intensity. He looks at me the way a tiger would a lamb, a meal to be devoured. He goes, remember when you just said, wait a minute, remember what you just said when you think you can't effing possibly come again, because you will. We've got 4 effing years to make up for. Blah, blah, blah. And then he says, pick a safe word. Do it now. I swallow hard. Chainsaw. He huffs a laugh, a burst of warmth against his core. How fitting, love. Now be a good girl and find something to grab onto, he says, and then presses one long, slow lick on the center, because I'm about to destroy you. Let me find the one with the apartment. The restaurant. I got distracted. Because there's so many good parts in here. And I'm just getting subtracted what you call it. But yeah, their first scene is good, but oh my gosh. But at the restaurant, there's a scene at the restaurant that, oh my gosh. Like, I was like, damn. But let me see if I can find the restaurant. I think that's what he named it, Butcher and Black. Yeah, Butcher and Blackbird. And then there's a scene in here where he's like, go find your table, and I want you to basically be on that table, you know, ready to be. I can't say the word because my daughter's here, but you know, or he wants to do something to her while she's on the table. But yeah, let me find it. Let me find it. I love this quote too. I mean, I like this part here. Such a good girl you are, Blackbird, he coos into my ear as he slices a spoon through the cream brulee and bring it to my parted lips, and good girls get rewarded. He's like, do you like it? And she said yes, because he's like putting dessert into her mouth. I don't know. I can't think clearly with his you-know-what in me. Because he's asking her, like, what's missing, because they're, like, with the dessert. And he's, like, in her, why he's, like, why he's, like, having her eat the food, test the food. And then he goes, what's missing? And she said, nothing, but it's not unique enough. So she tells him what fruit she thinks is missing, and then he blinks out of her and goes and gets it. And then she said, I thought you said good girls get rewarded. He goes, you're right, I did say that. Get out into the restaurant and sit on your table. And she's like, which one? And he says, you'll know. And she goes out there, and there's something there that distracts her, and he says, I thought I said for you to get on the table. Anyways, he said something about the safe word, and do you want to use a safe word? She says no. He said, then get F on the table. And then she's like, anybody could come, like, why we're doing this? And he's like, I don't care. Basically, I want to devour you on the table. I don't care who's watching. Who could be watching? So, anyways. I like this quote, too. I close my eyes. We shift in our embrace. Move together like two dark creatures entwined. Flowing with the current of the world around us. I'm not going anywhere, I whisper. Just home with you. I'm like, oh, you're so cute. And then I love this quote. Maybe I was right. We're not normal people. We are monsters. But if we're monsters, we thrive in the dark together. But yeah, this book is really good. And I cannot wait for Lark and Larchin, how do you say his name? Story. Whenever that may be. But that's it. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys would pick it up. Yeah. And I guess that's it. I will talk to you next one. You guys know the drill. If you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I think I already told you, right? 6 out of 5 stars? 6 out of 6? Seriously. Or 6 stars out of 5? You know what I mean. But anyways, okay. Now, if you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please think about subscribing. And please hit that bell icon so you'll know whenever a video is up for your viewing pleasure. And until next time, happy readings. Thanks for being awesome. And I'll catch